That was fun. And anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back on stage the lovely Donna Presley.
Hi there, I'm back. For those of you who don't know who I am, my mom, Nash, and Elvis's father, Vernon, were brother and sister. So I'm a first cousin, and I grew up at Graceland. From the time I was 10 years old, I spent all my summers at Graceland. And when I was about 15, Elvis called me and my mom and my dad into the dining room. And he said, Aunt Nash, Uncle Earl, we love having Donnie here, which is what he called me, was Donnie. But he had a nickname for everybody. So he said, we love having Donnie here, and I travel a lot, and it means so much to have her here with our grandmother, Dodger. So my dad was for it. I was like, yes. He said, I'll buy her a car, I'll send her to school when she graduates from high school. I'll help her do whatever she wants. Well, I was all in. My dad said, okay. My mom went, no. She's my little girl, and she's going home with me. But fortunately, 2 years later, Elvis bought the Circle G Ranch in Walls, Mississippi. And my dad started to work for him, overseeing the properties. And so we moved on to the Circle G, and I lived there until 1969 when Elvis decided to sell it. So then he moved us onto the grounds of Graceland right behind the house. And yeah. And so I lived there, and I was in and out of the house every day. And my parents, I lived there until I'm married and then moved out. And my parents lived there until 1982 when they opened the house to the public. So that tells you a little bit about me. Elvis was very caring and very loving and very protective. People ask me all the time several questions, and one of the first one is, was he that really loving and kind and generous? Yes, he was. The second one was he really that good looking? Oh, yeah. Yes.
So when you were in Graceland, and which songs he sang at home? Did he sing "I'm Uncle Charles Rocket"?
Only if you requested it. No. Now, when Elvis was at home, he would sing gospel songs. That was his favorite all-time love of was gospel music. So whenever he was at home or after a show, as you guys well know, he would have people come up to the house or to wherever he was, and they would sing gospel songs on the phone. So that was his favorite. And my mother, hers was "Crying in the Chapel" was her favorite song. Our grandmother was "Peace in the Valley," and so a lot of times Elvis would go into my grandmother's room and he'd take her by the hand and he'd walk her into the music room. He'd sit down at the piano and he'd sing that song just for her. But if you had a certain song that he knew that you really, really liked, he would sing it for you. My dad's favorite song was "From a Jack to a King." So my dad was working outside the house one day, and Elvis went over and opened the windows and sat down at the piano and sang that song just for my dad. So that tells you a little bit about what kind of man he was and how he cared for others.